let's get straight into the top 5 worst shaders to use in Minecraft Bedwars. But first, if you're new, make sure you subscribe as we're going to have new content every Friday. The 5th worst shader to play Minecraft Bedwars is the World Curvature shader. It does exactly what it calls, it makes the world curved. As you can see, everything's curved. The problem with this, however, is that in Bedwars, when someone's rushing you, the real difference between your bed being broken or not is being able to tell if they're going to rush you. So it becomes a real hassle later on whenever you can't see across the friggin' island because you're in your generator and you can't see anything in front of you. As evident by here, there's nothing. You go out further, there's still nothing. Like, now you can finally see things. Like, that's the nearest guy to me. That's just insane. This makes Bedwars at least, you know, like 2% harder. Furthermore, you won't be able to see if players are collecting emeralds in the middle as this is curved off. So that's right, you can't even tell. Due to all these factors, I would rate this mod in terms of being the worst to play Bedwars, just like a 3 out of 10. It's not too bad, but it's not fun either. This mod is bad in terms of seeing long distance, however, and that there's not really much game changing I can build and stuff like that. It doesn't really have a real problem, does it? Now, the 4th worst shader is the Only Bloom shader. The shader basically blooms up the entire screen by, I think it's around 50%. I'm not really sure exactly, but it blooms it so much, it's actually insane. The screen pretty much becomes a flashbang, which is hell to play in, and it's not fun. It doesn't become fun at all. It becomes so bright that it actually hurts your eyes. Especially if you're playing at night, I'll be honest. This is the only part of it shader itself, it doesn't have any moving parts or anything distracting like this. So, as a result, it's not too much, not too hassle to deal with, but it is still painful as heck. As a result, the simple yet horrible shader is located 4th on this list with a reasonable 4 out of 10. It's not too bad, but yeah, it's horrible for your eyesight and your ability to play Bedwars. But other than that, it's not too bad. Now, the 3rd worst shader in Minecraft Bedwars is actually the Jelly World shader. As the name suggests, it basically turns things into jelly. So whenever things start up, you bounce up and down, which becomes a huge problem in itself because it's just distracting as all heck. It becomes a real problem when you're trying to build to other bases like so, because you can't really tell where the edges are because it just sucks so much. The motion of bouncing as well is just so disorientating. And yeah, further in a PvP battle, bruh, this thing just jumps up and down. It becomes like the worst thing to try and wax on with. I'll be so honest, this thing sucks to play. It is so bad. It's horrible. And as well as that, it becomes disorientating. Like, imagine looking at this the entire time. It would suck. But other than the jelly bounce and that much, it doesn't actually affect the game too much. There's nothing that jumps out at you and your blocks don't really change, but it still is pretty annoying, I'll be honest. As a result, if I'm going to rate it, I'll rate it like a 7 out of 10 because it is really, really annoying to play, but it's not too bad. It does increase the difficulty, however, so it does receive a higher mark than the other ones, but it's still reasonable to play with. Bro, this guy's just clapping my cheeks, and that's why the jelly mod sucks. Now, coming in at number 2 for the worst shaders to use in Minecraft Bedwars is the Wave shader. This legit changes Bedwars into the ocean. As you can tell, it becomes waves, which sucks. I'm not moving at all right now, and my crosshair is moving across the screen, which is just, it's horrible. Building a bridge has never actually been harder with this mod because, as you can see, my crosshair is, the entire map's just changing around my crosshair, which sucks. I don't know what to do about this. Like, you can't bridge nothing. Furthermore, if this doesn't make you want to quit the game, the movement. Look at this movement. It makes me feel seasick. It is just horrible to play in. There's no motion blur, luckily, but how would you want to play in this? It's not fun at all. It's just horrible. I don't know why someone created this, but I guess it's because I put this list on. Look, this is the outline of this chest right now. Look how much it goes out of place. That's how bad it is. I'm trying to bridge right now. Okay, you can't even speed bridge. I can't speed bridge, but you can't in general, okay? This mod genuinely makes me despise the game, and I'm sure it will to you as well, because it's just horrible. Especially with sweaty nerds like you. Go the flip away. Jesus. Yeah, now you don't want to take the bed. There you go, nice work. Now fudge off. Overall, with this horrible mod, or the whole horrible shader, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to give it like an 8 out of 5 on the worst scale because it truly makes me feel sick and it just ain't a good experience. Like, I'm walking straight right now. Look at the entire world behind me. And I can't jump. Jesus, okay. Just before we announce what the worst shader is to use in Minecraft Bedwars, make sure to like and subscribe, and if you're new, make sure you join the Nanu Nation. Taking the number 1 spot on the top 5 worst shaders to use in Minecraft Bedwars is the acid shaders. Now, this mod doesn't necessarily immediately affect your vision, or the perspective of the blocks around you like the second and third one does. As you can see, the blocks stay exactly the same near me. The background's changing completely, but it's staying pretty calm. However, it does ruin the vision of other bases, as you can see, which isn't really fun, I'll be honest. The amount of times that I've tried to destroy a base like this with a fireball is ridiculous, because this looks wavy, and you chuck a fireball at it, the fireball would just like curve like up like that. I'll show you how it is, but it's just nuts how it goes. The mod itself isn't too bad to play Bed Wars. If it was just that, it would not be the #1 spot. There is a secret setting, however, to turn up the difficulty, and that's located in the menu bar, and it's called the super secret settings. I know, super secret. Now, if you go onto your Minecraft setting options, right here, you can see that it says super secret settings. Now, if I click this, it will give me a random shader that activates. It's still part of the asset shaders, but it'll just make it so much worse. As evident by this, I've just clicked this 3 times because it's not random. This is now what I'm playing in. And you'd be like, oh yeah, Nanu, but that's fine because you still don't have to worry about, you know, the background islands flying around. You know, they still fly around. Yep, the super secret setting that I just told you about is completely random, which can vary from just a tiny bit of saturation, as you saw, to mirroring the screen or even like permanent blindness. It just completely makes it black. Due to this random setting makes the game so much harder to play. It's actually insane. Fireball! That didn't work at all. Could you even tell it was a fireball if you couldn't tell it was a fireball? Okay, this guy's just cracked. The only positive grace about this acid mod is that your super secret setting does actually get renewed whenever you die, which is really handy. Okay, this guy, come on, let me kill him. Gosh, damn it. There's actually an even super rare one which I've only gotten actually twice using this mod, and it makes your game turn into a 90s disco. If I can get it, I'll show it, but it's pretty hard to get. So if you don't see it, just trust me, there is a super secret setting that does make the game like a 90s disco. Every block just goes random colors, and you actually cannot see what team is your own and who's the opposition or what blocks are your own. Like, even your wool is completely different color. It makes it horrible to play. Overall, I'll give this shader like a 6 out of 10 right now with just the simple shader without the super secret setting, just because it's not horrible, but it's really bad whenever you're trying to throw fireballs and stuff. However, when we activate this super secret setting, like, what is this? What is this? Here's a lovely one. No, your screen hasn't flipped upside down. No, it's not an editing mistake. This is part of the mod. It flipped my entire screen around. Like, up is down, left is right. It is horrible, okay? That is why this mod, with the super secret settings activated, I'm giving it a solid 9 out of 10. And the only reason why it's not a 10 out of 10 is because you don't always get something like this. You can get something pretty easy, and that is the only reason why. Bro, look how hard this is to... Okay, fireball. Look at this. Look at this. It is so bad. So say right now I want to go hit this guy with a fireball. You ready? I'm zoomed in. Fireball. Look at that. How does that make any sense? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. That is what this mod is. So overall, the acid shaders is the worst damn mod to use, or the worst shader to use. Sorry, it's practically a mod. It's got everything in it that's a damn mod. It's the worst shader to use in Minecraft Bed Wars, as you get crap like this. In conclusion, don't use this crap. It sucks to play with. It's not fun at all. But if you did enjoy somehow this horrible screen display, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I really hope that you did enjoy, because these were not fun to film. I had to find so many of these, and they're just horrible. They're horrible.